What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I've been debating on what video to do for today, and this actually just came up, which is why I decided to do the video, because it's something that kind of bothers me, so I decided to do it. So, topic of co-owning. So there are co-owners in dog breeding. One of my friends bought a $5,000 dog, and the two of them co-owned until she paid the dog off. And this dog is a grand champion working towards his another title. She paid the dog off. They don't co-own anymore. I've had co-own horror stories where a friend of mine, she co-owned a dog with a dude that does dog shows. He bred the dog without her permission, stole the dog, never gave the dog back. She finally got the dog back. He co-owned with a former AKC judge and a municipal court judge, then stole 4 or 5 of her dogs and disappeared. So the topic of co-owning came up recently, and this was actually just today, maybe like 20 minutes ago, and it kind of made me want to do a video of it. Co-owning is you both share property of the dog. You both have stake in the dog. Now, there's not really a reason to co-own if you're not doing dog shows, in my personal opinion. Now, I see doing co-own with someone that does the showing for you, maybe, or someone that has similar stake in the dog. But personally, if I'm not doing a dog show, I don't see a reason to co-own a dog. So we do fast cat and barn hunt, dog diving, agility, different types of events. So, but for that, I don't see a reason to co-own a dog. Sorry, that was my computer that just went off. I don't see a reason to co-own a dog. So Hershey just finished weaning her litter. It was 2 boys, Endo, who was a chocolate and tan, and Shadowheart, who is a red-based chocolate dapple, or chocolate-based red dapple. I get the 2 backwards all the time. I can never get it right, even though I know what it is. She's chocolate-based red dapple. And so she had these 2 puppies, and I kept Shadowheart. She's CKC registered, beautiful, long-haired, minimal-based long-haired, not like Whiskey. Kind of like her mama, who is long-haired, but not fully long-haired. But I decided to keep her because this would have been one of Hershey's last litters anyways. So I just decided I was going to go ahead and keep her. We're gonna participate in different trials and stuff. The daddy is Cappuccino. We're gonna do different events and stuff like that. So I just decided, okay, I'm gonna keep her, whatever. So I met this girl last night that bred Cane Corsos and French Bulldogs. She wanted to start breeding Dachshunds. She got out of breeding the other 2, and she was wanting to get a puppy eventually, and she wanted to start breeding Dachshunds, which I tried to dissuade people from breeding Dachshunds because it's one of the hardest things to do. Breeding in general is very hard. Something just doesn't really sit right with me now, especially when you start pressuring somebody to co-own a dog with you and pressuring somebody in general. But I just met this girl, don't know anything about her, no Facebook, which when you're a dog breeder, how do you not have Facebook? I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, obviously. But how do you not have Facebook at least? Or, Good Dog, or, I'm working on building my own website where we're on different websites. We're working on our Good Dog, getting on Good Dog. I'm building my own website, just taking time because I'm working with somebody else to build my own website. But they don't have anything for me to know who they are. I gave them my Instagram. They never followed me on Instagram. I don't know who they are. So I don't know. But so I was talking about, because they're wanting one of Moon Dancer's puppies, and I haven't really entirely decided because I have a wait list on Moon Dancer's puppies as well as all of our girls. But I'd sent her a picture of Shadowheart, and she said, let's co-own her or sell her to me. And I'm like, I don't co-own dogs for that obvious reason. It's not against the person, but it's for my comfortability and what I feel safe doing. There's that darn fly in here again. Because we're out in the shed and we're outside majority of the time, there's always flies getting in here. I got to get some fly strips or fly traps. But, it's for my peace of mind that I don't co-own. And I don't know anything about this person aside from her name, if it's her real name. Never met her. And she said, well, let me co-own her, let me buy her. I don't co-own dogs for my own comfortability. I have stake in Shadowheart. I've raised her. You have no stake in the dog. You've never paid for her. The reason for you to co-own, even though most likely you won't want to pay for it, is for you to get money off the litters of puppies. But it's also, I don't know you. You want to breed this dog. I'm not comfortable with you taking my dogs, especially ones I've already put stake in and worked with for different events. But again, I don't know you, and I try to dissuade people from breeding because, especially if I don't know you, I'm not entirely comfortable with you breeding my dogs, especially when I don't know you. I have sold to a breeder who was my mentor, I've sold to her. But everybody else has been primarily just families in general. Now, I get things happen and you don't entirely have like say over what happens to your dogs. If one of my families decide to breed the dog, but I do have stake that if something happens to the dog is legally required to come back to me, thanks to our contracts that are legally binding and are upheld in the court of law, which we talked to a lawyer about that, thankfully, because we've had issues with like Ace. But the fact of the matter is, I don't co-own. I don't know you. I wouldn't even co-own with my mentor. I would, but her and I've talked about it. What happens if something happens between you? How do you co-own the dog if something happens between you? Because you'd be fighting over the dog. You'd have to go to court, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I don't co-own dogs. I'm not comfortable with it. There's a bunch of reasons. I don't know you. I don't like to co-own dogs. My mentor would be the one person I'd probably co-own a dog with, or if the breeder and I work something out. But for the most part, I have no reason to co-own a dog aside from, these are my dogs. Why would I co-own one of my own dogs? I don't entirely get it. Or with dog shows, I'd co-own for a dog show. I do get that, but I guess I just don't get it. I have no reason to co-own Shadowheart. It makes no sense to me. If you're going to be upset about it, be upset. But it's for the safety of my own program, my dogs, and myself that I do not co-own with somebody I don't know that well. My mentor and I have been friends for a very long time now. But her and I don't even really co-own. She's given me Ro. Actually, her and I traded for Ro. She gave me Mr. Marvel. She doesn't want to co-own, neither do I. But if she'd be one of the few people I co-own with, but I don't get it. I don't co-own. There's no reason to co-own. Especially Shadowheart. There's no reason to co-own her. So I think the majority of it is them looking for a free dog, which they're wanting to start up their program. They're looking for an easy way to start up their program, which, to start up your program, it's not cheap. They said they bred Cane Corsos and French Bulldogs, which to the extent of an ethical breeder, I don't know. But, it costs money to start breeding. Have the money to start breeding. Don't ask to co-own a dog, which I get the idea, but I don't co-own. I'm not comfortable with it. Start your own program on your own. If you want to get a dog from me, I don't have any say of what you do with the dog. But I'm telling you what I'm most comfortable with. And if you don't like it, there's not much I can do with it. Tough tomatoes, I guess. But anyways, that's my opinion on it. As somebody that as a breeder, I just don't co-own. I have no reason to. But anyways, I will introduce Shadowheart in the next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I have another Hershey update, unfortunately, which is not a good one. Even though it was so soon after we just did a pup date for Hershey. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, guys, we'll see you guys next time in the next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button. And I'll see you guys later.